¿Cómo están amigos de YouTube? Bienvenidos a un nuevo video, una nueva entrevista en el canal y esta vez nos metemos con el Eurodisco. Vamos a cerrar una especie de ciclo que habíamos abierto con la entrevista a Ivan Pedersen de la band. Hoy entrevistamos a Lesian Johnson, la voz femenina de este grupo danés que la supo romper a mitad de los 80s. Así que quédate ahí porque la entrevista está genial. Como te decía al principio, hoy vamos a entrevistar a Lesian Johnson de este grupo danés llamado La Band, que supo llegar a la popularidad de las listas europeas, en Estados Unidos también en los charts, y a Sudamérica principalmente con este disco que te estaba mostrando, Caught by Surprise, con estos dos grandes éxitos, Caught by Surprise y Love in Siberia. Primero te quiero comentar que el año pasado tuve la oportunidad de entrevistar a Ivan Pedersen. Al final de este video te dejo el link para que veas la entrevista que le hice a Iván si todavía no la viste. Hoy cerramos el ciclo de la band porque ya hoy completamos la entrevista a los dos integrantes de este grupo danés. Activa los subtítulos, no te pierdas nada de la entrevista. Empecemos.
Hi there, I'm Lesia from Laban, the famous Danish group back in the 80s. My introduction to music was when I was 10 years old. Then I had my first guitar. I was singing together with my little sister, but when I taught her some harmonies, we formed a girl group called Lesia and Lucienne, and within a couple of years we won so many song competitions that our famousness in Denmark was founded. Laban started when I was headhunted by EMI to do the song Sarà perché ti amo. Ivan was coincidentally asked if he could sing the male part. It was never the intention that Ivan or I should do more than record the song for EMI, so EMI could release it in Denmark. There were no claims at all. When the song Hvor skal vi sove i nat became a success, and one of Ivan's friends who had a booking agency asked Ivan to convince me to perform the song in front of an audience, I was confronted by Ivan, who so much wanted to go on tour. I was in the process of recording my first solo album at that time, and I was not really interested in going on tour with Ivan. The concept Laban and the image we chose for our performance was created by Ivan and me. This idea for a concept that the audience was so crazy about appeared on our first set of concerts when the arranger from Låsby Krog came to me and said, "What are you doing to him?" He knew Ivan very well, and I think he meant, "I've never seen him like this before." And it's true, Ivan and I really had so much fun on stage that the audience really fell for our show. We thought it would be 3 months of success, but we worked so hard and we did a great job. It lasted for almost 7 years, actually right up to this day. Laban can still make headlines in Denmark, I think. Well, yet to be seen. Laban came to an end because suddenly there were so many problems doing what we agreed to do in the first place. I had to realize that my partner was not capable of going all in, as you need to do in a situation like Laban's. That kind of success Laban had is a once-in-a-lifetime success. When we started Laban, we formed a company. We wanted to develop the company to be prepared for the future, so we could avoid the stupid thing that made other bands fall apart, meaning developing the business in respect of one another, But suddenly I found that all agreements and future plans we made was ignored. And then I had to make a decision to end Laban. If you want me to go back in time and change the world or the 80s, I really wouldn't, except for some political issues that I think made the world a worse place to live. A lot of people ask Ivan and I if we want to reunite, but I don't think Laban will ever reunite.
Bueno amigos, Lesia estuvo comentándonos sobre sus inicios musicales, sobre la conformación de Laban, si iba a haber Laban o no en un futuro. Pero bueno, todo esto lo estuvo respondiendo en este video. Le quiero súper agradecer a Lesia Johnson por su tiempo brindado para realizar esta entrevista. A ustedes también por ver estos videos, por ser parte de esta comunidad de amantes de la música de los 80s, del eurodisco, italo disco, high energy y demás. Déjame en comentarios qué te pareció la entrevista, qué canciones de Laban te gustan. Seguramente si sos fanático de Laban, si te gusta este grupo, habrás visto la entrevista de Van Pedersen. Él también nos estuvo hablando sobre lo que fue Laban durante la década de los 80s y demás. Dale like al video si te gustó. Y nos estaremos viendo en un próximo video, en una próxima entrevista seguramente. Un abrazo grande a todos los fans de la música de los 80s y 90s. Chau, chau. Algún día van a volver de moda estos peinados.